Joe Rogan can walk around here and ask people, be like, hey, why don't you write more? Shouldn't you work out? It's not going to work because they're losers to the bone. The stench of human failure in this city is so that you cannot breathe.
Hi everyone, JJ here, welcome back. Well, today we've got different comedians roasting the Rogansphere, Joe Rogan, and the Austin comedy scene. Of course, his club there, the Mothership. That was Tim Dillon, who did live there, was part of the Rogansphere really, moved away as early as 2021, didn't like it much. We'll see more of Tim and other people too. Let's get into it.
What's New York's take on Austin?
Oh, it's a punchline, for sure.
Really?
I like Austin. I like the Mothership's great, and
You have to say that.
Yeah, really. I know.
Shane's down there. It's I like Brian Simpson. I like I like all the guys, but
The extreme move out there was ridiculous.
I would never
think.
move there.
I think the move out there was ridiculous.
I think
It's 100 people moving there to try to get one of 8 spots available at Mothership.
And they keep saying, "Hey, it's a boom, a comedy boom," but it's one club.
One club. And the Creek in the
Aren't
Cave.
there's
Creek in the Cave and Cap City. That's it. Everything else is a bar.
Yeah.
There's some so people are really laying into the Rogansphere down there, or the comedy scene, as opposed to say New York or LA. And a lot of these people feel the power of Joe. Some people are reluctant to really criticize Joe Rogan, what he's created there. Of course, he's got a massive audience. People want to get on his podcast. They want to go on his club. So he's created for himself there, sort of this big power trip that people are starting not to like, starting to roast it. They're starting to get their voice. Not that I've got anything against Austin. I've actually never been there. I'd like to go there. I'm not going to the US until after this administration from some of the videos that I've made.
Something about the place that I'm just not...
the place you mean Austin?
Yeah, the Mothership Austin, that's all one.
You just mean, so you're talking about just this whole concept of Austin comedy.
Yeah, Austin comedy. There's a lot of people down there that I do love. I think my issue with it... because
I could tell you were a little nervous. It sounded like you were shitting on it, and you weren't shitting on it.
No, I'm not.
anything.
I don't care.
You were, but
no, I am shitting on it partially. I mean, partially I think it's fucking clown fart bullshit.
But what's clown fart bullshit?
There's some of the fuckhead dickheads down there.
Well, there's dickheads everywhere, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I don't need to leave dickheads to go see more dickheads.
But there's dickheads everywhere you go.
I know, dude. I hate it.
Yes. My point is like, this is my point. You go, if you're going to live somewhere to partake in a scene, and being near it is helpful, then you obviously got to go that clicks with you. And I love Austin for that. It really works for me. Yeah. And New York worked for me for a long time, too.
And
LA, I didn't care for.
Did not work for you.
No, I didn't care for it. But my point is any criticism you could have of the Austin scene, you could easily have of the New York and LA scene.
Of course you can. Yeah, no, that's true.
So my thing is like this media tornado around all of it, where every article that gets written talks about like the male gaze of Austin comedy and the manosphere and all this stuff. I'm just like, it's all bullshit. Like none of that's real. And then it makes even somebody like you, who's not really worried about any of that, right?
No, it's more.
It puts this haze over it before you even get there.
No, it's only because Big Brother Joe is there, and when he left, Rogan was like trying to tell a lot of us to like be like, you got to get the fuck out of LA, and this became a narrative of like, fuck LA sucks, dude, fuck LA, and all these people were like kind of ringing this thing. I mean, you may not have heard this, but that was like a constant...
No, I was one of the people saying it.
Yeah, it was annoying. It was annoying. It was annoying. There's just so many people being like, get out, get out, get out. Well, I'm not bringing my ball. I'm not going to come play with you guys because you fucking pissed me off. You got to go to this restaurant. This restaurant is the best. You don't think I'm the best. I'm like, I'm not going.
So this is the big criticism, of course, of Joe being there and getting other comedians to go and live there. He really put the pressure on, which we'll see later on. In fact, he was, trying to entice people to go there and get out of LA, but what's it become? Joe really is the king there, the kingmaker. Is it really worth it? Comedians are starting to say no, especially what they've created there with the anti-woke. And Joe's been pulling back from that, saying we're not anti-woke, but he's, as I keep saying, thousands of hours of him saying the opposite of that. And he supported Trump, and people are starting to say, what, who cares? Why do we want to go there? Why do we need Joe? Do we need Joe at all? Yes, he's got a big audience audience, which is actually getting thinner, getting smaller recently, if you've noticed that, because of him really going all in on Trump, being too political, and now the tide might be turning a little bit, and he's pulling back from it, but people are seeing his BS really and not really liking the scene.
Well,
This annoying, like, you gotta get out of LA, dude. What are you even doing there?
I get
From what I've heard from people that I know in Austin, it is like the alternative for like you can like the comedy mothership is so tight knit,
Right.
And it's I also heard it's not a fun hang if you're an Austin comic.
Okay, so this is Dan Soder. He's not part of the Rogansphere as far as I know. He's been really critical. He doesn't really like it. You can tell.
The mothership?
If you're not like in with Rogan and his crew, if you're coming up, it's not like the Cellar. The Cellar, you could sit at the bar and feel awkward.
Yeah.
I've heard the mothership, you have to get past Navy SEALs to get into the green room.
Right.
Yeah, on my other videos that I've made about this, is a few people seem to like these, so I'm making more of it. Found some more comedians that are really roasting the scene there. But the green room in particular, Joe kicks people out. There's been several comedians who've said they've had a bad time there. You know, really exclusive in many different ways.
I love Rogan. I love the club. I think it's perfect. And I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea, and every time I go there, I feel joy in my heart.
You fucking
Only club that when they
bootlickers.
go, do you want to come? I go, yes, before they even say, and then I feel joy.
Yeah, and he swung me. I'm all in on Trump.
Oh my God, dude.
Smart guy. Very smart.
Yeah,
Very little corruption. It's
I just
nice.
bought Max, me and Max, bow and arrows, compound bows. We started shooting. And
So you won't have your Zuckerberg moment with Rogan when he asks you what kind of bow you have?
So this is the thing, Joe's into bow and arrow and hunting, and Zuckerberg went on there. We're going to see that. It was so embarrassing.
I don't know what that means. Does he shoot a bow too? Oh, he does. Oh, it's just coincidence then. I love elk meat too. That's cool that's coming.
Dude, the thing I've brought it up before, but I bring it up every time. When Joe Rogan posts a picture of elk meat, just go see who likes it.
Really?
Because it's the most bootlicking shit in the world. Fucking loser.
He always.
Yeah, so people really bow down to Joe because they want to get on his podcast with tens of millions, to get a leg up. So Joe's become this gatekeeper, but people are starting to say, do we really need this? He's got too much power? Do we need that gatekeeping? And the whole anti-woke thing, really, it just seems mean at this point, as Mark Maron has been pointing out. Previous videos, I've talked about what he said, really criticizing the scene for punching down to the marginalized, which what it was about, really. And it's getting hack, he says. It's just hackneyed.
That they get so much money, stop calling them dorks and just start being like, you're the man, Zuck, you're the man. And he's like, buy me a thick collared t-shirt. Give me a gold chain. Like that episode with Rogan was embarrassing.
It's crazy how it looked. The look, I didn't listen to it, but the
Dude,
look.
the hunting part where Joe Rogan's like, what kind of bow you use? And Mark Zuckerberg is like, oh, I don't know. I can't remember it right now.
You know what? We're also lucky that you got into jiu-jitsu. Because I think that had an effect on you. You looked different. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah. Although my favorite is bow and arrow.
I mean, if you're just trying to get meat, it's not the most effective. The most effective is certainly a rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mostly use a rifle just because it's so much more efficient. But yeah,
What kind of bow do you have?
Gosh. I didn't get to do it this season, but
one of those like bows people use.
You're like, dude, you tried to pivot too hard to the bro
with an arrow.
What's interesting about this,
and so this is part of the criticism as well, is that Rogan's had a procession of billionaires, tech billionaires on there, and like Zuck was really bowing down to Joe here to try and be liked by Joe, and Joe was loving that. I mean, this is kind of when it's sort of on its last legs, I think, when that starts happening, and they all went MAGA, bending the knee to Trump, all of them. So it was just kind of cringe. The whole thing, if you ask me, is just cringe.
This right-wing wave is a response to the mid-teens.
Absolutely.
When they were going like, fuck white dudes. We don't need white dudes. We don't need. In fact, I would even go as far as to argue that's what made Joe Rogan right wing. Because you go back and you look at him in 2013, 2014. He's saying a lot of liberal viewpoints about.
He was a Bernie bro back then, actually.
Tax the rich. Do this. Do that. And then with COVID, which hurt a lot of people's brains.
Yeah.
I think they just like banged on him of like, oh, you don't believe in vaccines, and just kept pushing him until finally he was like, I fucking love Trump. Elon's the man. Elon's not doing nothing shady. And you're like, that's wild.
This other thing about Elon. Elon's going to steal everybody's money. He has $400 billion. I'm telling you, he's not going to steal your money. I'm telling you, that's not what he's doing.
Billionaires don't want to steal your money. And you're like, yes, they do. Yeah. That's how they became billionaires, you fucking idiot. That's a childlike way of thinking.
Sure.
Be like, they have money. They don't want no more money. And you're like, all they want is money.
But he has no problem criticizing Rogan at all. Doesn't need Rogan. Is not part of that scene. But you can see that a lot of comedians they tiptoe around Joe because they maybe want to play at the club one day, the mothership, or be on a show, the main thing, because it's such a big audience. And Joe knows this, of course.
Like, people are like, oh, Rogan has this guy on. I'm like, let's listen to this fucking bad guy.
Right.
Let's get some info out of him.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if you pushed back a little bit on some of these people instead of going, wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Yeah, any conspiracy theory, Rogan's going, oh, that's crazy. Tell me more, rather than saying, really? That sounds like BS. Just anything. He seems so gullible for someone so powerful with such a lot of influence. An influencer, if you will.
Like, I've been making fun of you guys
for moving there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been fun, man. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I also feel like my lifestyle is amazing.
Well, I think you're different. You know, I think that, you know, you're your own guy. You're your own life. You weren't one of the guys that, you know, rented out space in Joe's ass. And, you know, you...
As a metropolis, it's bad.
It's pretty.
Here's Tim Dillon talking about Austin. They talk about Austin as well, about actually living there. Some of them don't seem to have liked it. Not just the Rogansphere, but living in Austin as well. As I said, I haven't been there. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go and check it out for myself.
It's small. It's brown. There's no grass. It's not green. It turns brown. For 4 months out of the year, it's over 100 degrees. The lake is vomit colored, and there are brain-eating amoebas that can swim up your nose and kill you within 48 hours. It's rare, but it happens. As a city, it's just, you cannot compare it, sorry, to New York or Los Angeles. Can't be
nice to hear that.
Can't be compared.
It is nice to hear it.
I mean, that's not news to anyone, right?
Please, by the way, if you got comments, if you're from Austin or you really love Austin, please feel free to comment and say the good things about it. I am going to go there one day. As I said, I'm not going there until after this administration, if it actually ever ends, because I'd be afraid that I'm going to be put in detention at the border if they check my YouTube or social media accounts for criticizing the regime.
I mean, no one...
Not to us. Don't say that in the green room of the mothership. Yeah. They'll stab you.
Mark Maron is stalking the streets at night.
Killing hacks. Slaying all the hacks.
So he might be on Assassin's Creed. Just sits in the back of an open mic and goes...
I do respect
how uninspiring.
Yeah. I do respect being old and just being like fucking hacks.
That's Mark Maron he's talking about here. Mark Maron's really going off about the Austin scene and Rogan in particular.
That sucks. They're all fucking hacks. That could be the life cycle I'm in. It was a storm in Texas, and I have no power.
Okay.
And I have to be gone. I've been on the road for like a week,
and I was going to power grid like fucking idiots. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And I was going to do laundry before I left for this trip.
Right.
But everything, I have no power for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Texas fucking blows.
I didn't know that.
Hot as fuck. So, dude, the second you run
back, Shane. Come on.
Okay. So saying Shane Gillis is getting to the point he doesn't need Rogan, he doesn't need that scene, and I don't know if he's moved away yet or not. I think he might have. He's said in recent videos that he's going to go back to the East Coast and for at least 6 months, but he's probably getting out of there.
Let me just say, I went to Austin, and gotta tell you that Austin. I don't know how these people, these Gillises or these Tyler Fish or these Seguras, who must be Greek, how do they live there? I mean, it's that city is a boiling pot of evil goo just circling a dish.
It's pretty harsh on Austin. I'm sure it's much nicer than that. If you live in Austin, let us know. I know there are some people who watch my regular videos that aren't usually about this, although I'm making more of them. It's fun, and I do like comedy, and I do like a good roast as well. So tell me some good things about Austin, please.
We're moving next month.
Out of state.
Yeah.
The fish.
Where? I bought a house in Austin.
Congratulations.
But I'll come back.
No,
keep it in my office. I'm keeping my office.
No. It's, you know what? It's so funny.
What's so funny?
What's funny about it is I I think it's going to backfire on you.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't want to get into it now because I want to end.
Okay.
You know, and this is a completely different discussion.
All right.
You know?
Well, I've spent quite a bit, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Great.
Backfiring. Thanks.
Yeah. I
guys bought a house there.
think that, you know, it's a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're leaving in about a month.
Yeah, and I have to add on to that, right? Not only is it a mistake, that I think it's you're gonna miss a wave.
A wave?
Yeah. I think you think that the waves are big there, but the waves are popping off here in about a year from now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't. And by the way,
Yeah,
I trust my judgment a lot more than you.
Really?
Yeah, and it's probably that way. Like the waves are popping off elsewhere. Perhaps that's already happening. It's happening now. People criticizing more and more the Austin scene, or Joe Rogan getting away from this dominance of Rogan and his podcast bros as well. It has been a good platform for some people, a certain kind of comedy, but maybe that's changing now.
You should come. You're talking shit about moving to Austin, but listen.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I watched the video.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Don't
Yeah,
lie.
you did.
You did. You did.
What
Like,
I
I'm
said-
not fucking moved to Austin. I don't leave my neighborhood. I don't go to Compton. I stay right here.
Could I say something?
What?
You know what, man? No, you know. You know what, man? You know what, man?
What?
Listen,
What?
you have to understand what you guys did.
What did we do?
You guys took half of the talent out.
Yeah.
So I was just butthurt.
We brought another bunch in too. Like Shane Gillis lives here.
I know.
Yeah, Joe was actively trying to get people to go in there, to get comedians to go and live there and to play in this club.
Come move here.
I know,
It's-
but
you're more than Paulie's thinking about it. Paulie's here a lot.
I know. And
Paulie
then
was just here the
Theo's
other day.
thinking
He's
about
killing
it.
Theo's thinking about
Right.
it. Yeah. They're all
This
just
is a while ago. Theo Von, I've done a video about him too. He's becoming big as well. You know, he went down that MAGA route. If you look at his audience, it's also big. Not as big as Rogan, but both of these two will go down as they went all in with MAGA, and as the tide recedes away from that, people see the brutality of what ICE is doing. For instance, Joe Rogan's been talking about that. That was my last video about this that nobody saw. The algorithm obviously didn't like that.
worried that like people go, oh, you moved there to suck on Rogan's nuts.
I would never suck your nuts.
Tim Dillon lasted the shortest amount of time in Austin out of any comedian in the Rogansphere. He moved there and was gone by 2021.
But I moved here because first and foremost, I said something new will be good. I was wrong. So when Joe wants to create a comedy hub here, God bless him, but he's fighting against a current. And cultures matter, and this culture's been around for a very long time. And I have no interest in colonizing a city and making people, making it into a great comedy city. I don't care. The tech people are moving here. They'll have 3D printed brisket. They'll have, the house values will go up. I bought a home here. I'll rent it or I'll keep it. And I'm not worried about that. I think it's a great real estate move. I'm speaking solely about comedy and me and this show. It is not the move. Austin has many of the problems of Los Angeles, but I gave it some effort. I gave it, I've been downtown 4 or 5 times. That's enough. I don't give a fuck about Austin. I love Texas. I love the areas around Austin are beautiful. I like Dallas and Houston and Fort Worth, and the audiences are great. But I don't care what happens to the comedy community of Austin, Texas. I don't care. It has been forever a community of sloth-like people. Truly, slugs. And they should have it. It should be for them. Joe Rogan can walk around here and ask people, be like, hey, why don't you write more? Shouldn't you work out? It's not going to work because they're losers to the bone. These people are losers to the fucking bone. The stench of human failure in this city is so that you cannot breathe.
Okay, that was a brutal roast from Tim Dillon there. So what do you think about all this? Do you think that they're trying to knock Rogan off his perch so he doesn't gatekeep the comedy scene. People don't have to bow down to him. There are other comedy podcasts that are getting pretty big. I mean, there is that. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And right now I'm going to put a related link right here, one of the previous Rogansphere videos I'll put there, and also a subscribe link. Do subscribe and do think of joining the channel as a member. You get early access to videos, about 7 hours usually, and also priority reply to comments. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.